Hello everyone, my name is Hector Mendoza. Today I'm going to explain what this batch search engine does. Okay, so all these are search, different approaches in searching for items to put in an estimate. So I've already explained how this binocular, which is a search engine, works, how the browse by category and browse by favorites. Okay, so this is where we're at right now, batches. So I've created a bunch of them for myself. So let me show you how this actually works. And I'm going to show you how to create them, but first I want to show you how this thing works. So I got a batch right here. This is just a test that I use. I'm going to drag it right here in the canvas. Of course, you have to have a roof there. So I'm going to release it. Now, you see right in here, it added all of this stuff because that is what's inside that batch. Okay, so the problem, now batches are good. A batch is the same thing as a macro in Xactimate. So for y'all that know, Xactimate is basically the same. And as you know, when you have macros, you got to be careful because it's going to throw everything that you have in that macro, which now is here it's called a batch. So you would have to go in here and then so you tear out the shingles, you replace them, and let's say the company that you're working for right now don't use starter shingles, then you'd have to go in here and delete that. Then uh, it added steep roof to all of it. Well, you might only have steep roof in 2 or 3 items, so you're gonna have to go and figure out has which ones are the steep roof. So you know you would go right here. You would just go through this whole thing. Now another way to go through this, because right here is a little bit of cumbersome, the way it's kind of hard to read it through here. So you can actually go, you see right here where it says structure. If you click here, then you can go in to your roof right here, and it's easier to make alterations here because look, it's easier to read. Okay, so now you see, now you can see it's a 3 tab, read shingles. So there's your steep charges. Now you can't use that one because it's adding it for everything. So you delete it. All you have to do is hit the delete key. So I can delete that. Let me see. There's your felt. Here's your drip edge. Then let's say that you're going through this thing and you don't have a turtle vent here. You'd have to go in here and delete that. So and let's say it didn't have an exhaust vent. So you'd have to go through all this, and you don't have gutters on this particular plane. So you're going to delete gutters. You don't have a satellite. And when you're doing this, you might forget something. So I really don't like doing it this way. Now, batches are nice because I'm going to show you the way I do my batches and the way how I handle the estimate. So let's go back to the floor plan, and so I'm gonna select all the rooms. Oh, actually, we have to go to the floor plan. I went to the wrong one, the roof plan. Okay, so I'm gonna select everything, and I'm gonna delete all that estimate. So I just have to hit Control A, and you see right here. Make sure you click here and then delete. That deletes everything. Okay, so I will show you how to create those batches. So let's say that you have a roof here, okay, and then you select everything and you're going to go to roofing. So let's go to RFG and click here, go to roofing, and you would go and look for your shingles. Okay, then you pick the shingles you want, 3 tab 25 year, tear out, replace. We're only going to do a few of them because it can take a while to do this. So then let's say you go to your accessories, and then we're going to add, you know, a 15-pound felt. We would go in here and no ice and water shield. Let's say you know, we don't want no bridge fan. Let's say an exhaust galvanized large exhaust vent. So we will tear out and replace, and we'll do one more. Scrubber, let me see. Let's say you had a see, that's why I hate going to, oh, here's a power vent. A power vent, medium, um, tear out and replace. And then, so now you can go in here and I'm going to select the first one, select the second one. So now let's say you go into a community, everybody has the same kind of roof. You know, everybody don't have gas, so they don't have furnace caps. They're going to have exhaust vents because it's all electric. They, you know, it's in a community where they don't have satellites. It's all, you know, they got Wi-Fi and it's, you know, all high speed. So, you know, you don't have to put a detach and reset your satellites. Let's say this particular place had all gutters. So you put everything you would want there, and then you would right click, add a new item batch. Right now I'm going to call A, just hopefully it'll throw it up to the front so it won't be hard for me to find. And I'm going to call it test batch. Okay, so then I would hit OK. Now, next time, so I'm going to select this. I just deleted the estimate, right? So I would go to my database. You see right here, I would click on this icon. It says item batch. So now let's look for that A test batch. Okay, so now you go to a different house. All of a sudden, it's almost the same. So all you're going to do is click here. And then you would just double check. Okay, yeah, that's right, that's right, that's right. That's how you would create a batch. Or you could even, so let's say you have this one here, right? You can go in here and call this, let's say you're in Dallas, Texas, and you can put Dallas, Texas roofs, okay? So, oh, you got to spell Dallas first, and so rename, spell it right. Okay, Dallas, Texas roof. So now you're in this community, or you know, you're in a tornado, hail, or whatever event you have. Most of it's going to be the same. So you could do that and just take out the stuff that you don't need, because not everybody's going to have all the components and everything the same. So that's one way. Now, I'm going to delete that. I just want to show you how to do that. I don't want that thing getting in my way later. So I'm just going to, you see right here, I'm going to delete it. Okay, so the way I do it, I I've created, you see all those batches? Those are batches based on how Xactimate calls things. Uh, when I do my Xactimate, I just type RFG 300 S or 300, or let's say DRIP FELT 15 for 15 field, FELT 30. So I created these batches. Okay, now I went and created some additional ones so you could see that you see F is well, here, and then you have A. A is after the F. So everything is out of order. Okay, so I don't want you to worry when you put in these batches that you're going to have trouble searching for this stuff, because now let me show you. You see everything's out of order, right? I intentionally did it this way. So I'm going to hit close. First, I'm going to save this file. Okay, Control S. Okay, I'm going to close it. Now it's going to take me to my front page, right? If I go in here and synchronize, and you're going to synchronize every time you do something, you always want to constantly synchronize. Now the next time we open up any file, those batches are going to be in order. So watch this. We're going to open up that file. I'm going to go to my roof. Now, now anytime you close out of a claim and come back and you open up the database, it takes it a while for that thing to reload. I don't care how fast your computer is or how slow it is, it will take it a while. Because I do have a real fast computer, but it does slow my computer down because I'm always recording with y'all, so it's a little bit slow because of that too. But once it reloads, then thereafter it's pretty fast. Okay, so now let's go to those batches. If you go, this one is out of order for some reason, but you see A, D, F, P, and T. See, everything now is in order. So it's real easy to find things. Like if you do Xactimate, you know what RFG 15. I don't have to go searching for a bunch of stuff, and I'm not doing a whole batch and then having to go through this list. And those lists can be that long, and you gotta go through each line, because if you miss one, now you're not in compliance. So basically, I would go to RFG 300, or let's say RFG 240, which is 25-year shingle. I just click right here, release. It just put it in there for me. So let me see something here. Oh, no. Here, Control Z. I just deleted my whole roof. Here. I wanted to click here and click here and delete that, because I was playing with this batch earlier. Okay, so this particular batch has everything in it, just like that other test one, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this. Let me see. Yeah, that one only has. Okay, so that one only has shingles. So I would grab this, and then you see it gave me 41. It gave me 24 squares. That's what that roof is. Now let's say all I got is 15-pound felt. See, just delete it right there, and You see, I just keep on going down here, and I'm used to this kind of wording because this is how Xactimate is worded. When you go to FL PIPE, it's flashing pipe jack. So I can go through this list real quick because I know this terminologies. So I go right here now. Now, you see, I'm going to click, and I'm going to click right here again. I got 5 seconds because right now I can change the quantity of this galvanized pipe. Okay, so I would change that to a 2 and to a 2. You're removing and replacing. Then you'd go to, let's say I got some lead pipes. I just click here and then add it. And so I change the quantities to 2, hit apply. Uh, then we don't have, okay, now here's additional steep charges. You're there in the roof, what's steep. Okay, so all I would have to do is click here, and let's say this area right here, you see it's only selected that, and I can go in here and say, okay, well, that was steep, that was steep, this was steep, and this was steep. Everything else was not steep. Or let's say that everything was steep, we just have to throw it right in the middle of it. Then let's say everything did have ice and water shield. You just click here and it put ice and water shield. And you can change the quantity if you wanted to. Or let's say that you're not removing, all you're doing is replacing. You can deselect and hit apply. And you're not going to have to go back through this estimate hoping that you didn't add or subtract anything. So now you see how easy it is to read it this way. So we have, let's say I got 5 power vents. I'm going to click here, edit, and then change my quantity. All I got to do is hit 5, tab, no, hit 5, and then just click here and hit enter and apply. Let's say I had a rain cap. Well, you see here's a 5-inch, there's a 6-inch, and there's an 8-inch. Let's say it was a 6. You see how easy it is to navigate doing it this way? So edit, let's say there's 3 of those. I've done it both ways, and this is the easiest way. So you do have to go in there and create all this stuff. But let's say that I had gutters. You see, I've already got a batch for my gutters. And I don't have to go in there and select a bunch, deselect a lot of things. It's already done for me. So let's say I have 5-inch gutters all the way around the perimeter. You just click there. You see, it knows there's gutters right in here. Here it's not. That's your gable. So, but it did select it everywhere else. There's an eave. It just didn't do it on my rakes. You're not going to have gutters on your rakes. And then, so you can create an estimate real quick this way, but you have to go in there and create this batches. And you can do it for gutters, you can do it for siding. Like you see, if I click on siding right now, because that's a this is what you would use in Xactimate RFG VINYL for average siding. If I tried to grab this and put it right here, it put that siding all the way around the perimeter of it. Now, it didn't remove the window, so this is not where you would want to put siding. So you would hit Control Z. If you wanted to put siding, you would want to go to your flooring. Okay, so you go to flooring. Then, now you could go to your batches, get vinyl siding, and then it'll put it. See, it looked like it selected everything. Oh, you know what? Okay. Um, that's not really the way you really would want to do. But siding, you really on siding is you really want to do it this way. You want to go to your exterior plan and put your siding there. So click on exterior, and then this is where you want to put your siding. So I would uh, angle this so I could get two elevations at one time. So let's go back to the batch and see. So I would click here, then I'd grab and click here. You see it selected all that. Now I'd grab this guy, move it to where I could see more of the sides. So, I would click here and, everywhere that you needed siding, this is how you would want to do your siding. And when you get to the areas that have windows, you see the windows are already automatically going to be deducted. If we would have went it the other way, it wouldn't have removed the windows. Okay, well, that's all I wanted to talk to you about the batches. I would take time and create my own batches. Like I said, I got my own batches for fascia, drip edge, felt. You can do as many as you want. Uh, so if you ever have a question, you can call me or email me at hectormendozaadjusting at yahoo.com. There it is right there. Thank you for watching this. Uh, the next thing I'm going to show you is assemblies. That's another cool thing in Symbility. So watch the next video. You'll like that one. That one you don't have to do so much work to get to where we just did. So watch my next video. Thank you for watching this video. Again, my name is Hector Mendoza.